Okay, so here I have a Z Flip 5, and today I'm going to be showing you how it's fared after 1 year. So here's the phone. I've had it for a couple of months. I bought it secondhand for a relatively good price. Got it for $400 Canadian. That's for the US folks out there. And realistically, if you want a secondhand, use 700 Canadian dollars. And Facebook Marketplace is where I got it from. The reason I was able to get it so cheap is because it had a tiny dead pixel, but I didn't really think it was a problem too much. So here we have the phone. Now the biggest difference you will notice right away, this screen. This entire area is screen, okay? And compared to the Z Fold 4, which was just like a little notification area where you can do a couple of cool things, but put anything there. You got games, messages, call log, you got this, contacts, voice recorder, like a lot of cool things. And then the second major thing you're gonna notice is this. Look at that. Zero crease. There is zero crease, right? Sorry, not zero crease. There's zero gap. The hinge now is flush. So this pretty cool stuff what Samsung guys did, but the hinge is not fully flush with the body, and so this prevents a lot of like bigger debris from getting in. And then moving on, you see glass panel here. Neither of them are frosted, but I don't mind it. I think the phone's really cool. And over here we got the main shooter and the ultra wide. The camera's really good on this. So with this camera you get 4K 60, all that cool stuff. Definitely not 30x zoom like the the other S series, but you do get 10 times zoom, and you do get that 0.5. And I'd say this camera takes very exceptional photos. It's very acceptable of even a flagship, and I don't think you would have a problem with it in most cases. Moving on, we got a fingerprint scanner here. Then the cool thing with this is Z Fold 5, it ships with 256 gigabytes. 256 gigabytes base storage and 8 gigabytes of RAM. So you are not going to have a problem even with the base model. But if you want, you can always go 500 gigabyte and then 8 gigabyte RAM. So here's the crease. Over here, it's still the same as last year. Still pretty visible. But of course, when you look at it directly, you're not really going to notice it. If you look at it from an angle or sideways, you are 100% going to notice the crease. So from last year, I wouldn't say it has improved too much, but the screen has gotten a lot tougher. And with this screen, you get LTPO display, so it can go from 120 Hz all the way to 1 Hz. And this, I think, is amazing for the battery. And actually, moving on to the battery, let me tell you. So because it can lower the refresh rate, it can save battery a lot. And the battery it ships with is not tiny by any means, but it's not big either. So it's definitely not big as the S series, but it's almost there, 3700 milliamps. So this battery will easily last you out the day, and especially if you're a power saver, if you want, it'll last a while. So what I've noticed from 1 year, battery really hasn't dropped too much, right? The battery lasts easily a day. It'll easily get me through. The only time maybe it doesn't get me through, might have to put on power saver, might have to charge it, is obviously when I'm playing like heavy games like Pokemon Go, for example. Other than that, I think it's exceptional battery. It can last. It can do the job. And then moving on, so this is going to have a lot of updates. Obviously not as much updates as the Z Fold 6, Z Flip 6 I mean, and not as much as the Z Flip 4. Obviously more Z Flip 4, sorry about that. So this is going to have pretty nice updates rolling out for it. And it's going to go update for a while. And the biggest thing you're going to notice with the Snapdragon Gen 2, which is in this for Galaxy, it's really, really snappy performance. Like this thing is fast. It does not lag whatsoever. Even in power saver, right? It's not gonna lag, alright? So look, I open an app. It's pretty quick with everything. And with the 8 gigabytes of RAM, you can open a lot of stuff and just have it open. So I don't know if it's gonna show right in obviously the camera's not 120 Hz, so it's not gonna show you. But with this, it feels really, really snappy, alright? So that's one thing you're gonna notice. And the screen gets really bright outside. So you will easily notice the outside is really good to use, so a lot better than with Z Flip 4. Now, moving on to the second half of this video, what I'm going to be talking about is definitely the physical condition of the phone over the years. So personally myself, I don't use a phone with a case. And the result of that is a lot of micro scratches, so you're not going to really too much, but the back where the phone rests does have a lot of scratches because, when you lay it flat on the table, there's a lot of scratches. The screen does have a lot of scratches. But I have noticed the inside screen gets very dirty very fast. Alright, so you're gonna notice that. You're gonna try wiping it off a lot. and the outside screen not so much, but the inside screen gets very dirty. Now, I think what's actually important, what actually matters after a year is durability. Now there are a few concerns, nothing too crazy, but definitely Samsung could improve. So this plastic trim bezel that goes around the screen, I think it can be improved. I'm pretty sure it has been improved, but for this over a few months, there are tiny nicks and chips in the screen, especially this piece right here. One of them actually came off, so that one not too big of a problem, but there are microchips which could definitely be improved, and I think that's with the uses of a few months with no case. I think if you have a case, you'll be exceptionally fine with it. But the screen, I have not noticed any issues with it other than a dead pixel, which is how I got it. That I'm not sure how that happened, but in my use case, it has been a wonderful phone. So, would I recommend this phone? Like, what's my verdict? I would say definitely would recommend, especially if you're a user. You know, you're into that cool folding stuff. You're into that. You want a folding phone with not too many compromises. I think this is it. This does the job just as well as the Z Flip 6. You gotta, it folds. Other than the crease, Z Flip 6 hasn't improved too much. This is the phone to go for, right? And with second hand, you can easily find this for $700, $800 on Marketplace. And you can, obviously you can bargain that. Or you could just find like better deals, refurbished, no? But you could also get brand new. But I wouldn't say get brand new that's priced similar to the Z Flip 6, because then I would just go for a Z Flip 6 at that point. But yeah, definitely an amazing phone, amazing specs, really nice phone, really snappy.